All right, yeah. So each one of you guys feel at home as we do this. So today, as I've told you guys, we are going to deal with string how to we are going to look at how to work with string files in Android, and we're also going to deal with lists, simple lists in Android. Yeah. So right away, without wasting any time, let's just click on Start a New Android Studio project. Yeah, then nothing to waste our time. So let me just click on empty activity, because this is the layout that we're going to use, the template that we are going to use, empty activity. So let me just hit on a next. Then right away, we can even just call this as maybe my, I can even just call it as my other UI and lists app. My other UI and lists app. Yeah, I can even actually call it, yeah, or my UI and list, and yeah, my UI and list app. My UI, let me not use other. My UI and list app, then simply hit on finish. Yeah, so it's taking a little bit of our time, but yeah, let's be patient. It's almost done. Uh-huh. All right, so guys, we are here. So right away, our application is working fine. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's just, I don't really like working with the test files, so let me just do away with them. Then right away, uh, let me also delete these two. Just right click. Just right click on them. And then just simply hit on delete. Then right away, finish. So that now, ladies and gentlemen, at least this is our application, this is our activity main. Yeah, this is our activity main, then this is our main activity. Then on our activity main, we can right away switch to design, so that we are looking at such like a thing, and just to make our interface look a little bit much better and relevant, let me just change and show my layout decorations. Show layout decorations right there, so that at least it's looking much really much better. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, kindly allow me not to use the constraint layout in this class. I know you guys can, because we've done this before in this class. So right away, let me just simply go and change this to a linear layout, then simply use an orientation vertical. Yeah, linear layout. Then orientation, let me just use vertical orientation vertical. Yeah, that's it. That's quite okay. So I really don't need this text to be right here, so let me just do away with it. Yeah, let me do away with it, so that now right away, ladies and gentlemen, I can start by dragging and dropping. So let me just probably try to drag and drop an edit text, maybe for the username and maybe for the password. then a button for next, or say login. Yeah. So I won't implement anything on them, but I just want us to use them to implement the strings concept. Yeah. So that we want to see how to work with strings. So right away, let me just look for an edit text for maybe the email. Drag and drop it right there. Drag and drop it here. Yeah, there. Yeah, then right away, let me just give it an ID as MEDT, maybe mail, MEDT mail. Then the hint, sorry, the hint that is going to appear here is, so let me just use it maybe like say email. Yeah, that's the hint. Hit on an enter right there. Then I can drag and drop the last edit text or edit text for the password. So can I use this password? Yeah. So edit text password. Let me just drag and drop it right there. Then let me simply use an MEDT pass. Yeah, I can use an MEDT pass. Then the hint that is going to appear here is password. Yeah, the hint is password. Yeah, the hint is password. Then maybe let me just drag and drop a button. Maybe this button, I can just give it an ID. Let me just drag and drop this button right here. Then give it maybe like say a text, like say maybe say next. I'm a login. We can use text login, but let's just give it an ID. MBTN log. Then the text on this button is login. Login. Like that, yeah. Login like that. So that when someone clicks on login, nothing really will happen, but at least we will move from this page to the second page. So right away, ladies and gentlemen, let's just start by at least looking at the strings concept from this page. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you see right now when we are looking at this interface, most of you guys should be wondering right now, why are these warnings right here? Why are these warnings right here? So the warnings that are right here, it's because we are hard coding data. Like when I hover over this warning over here on the MEDT mail edit text, it is going to tell me hard coded string email should use at string resource. Yeah, that is exactly what I'm trying to tell you guys. So what we are supposed to do in this case is, you see, instead of just hard coding the hint as email, or hard coding the hint as password, or hard coding the text as login, we can easily just go and create the resource inside the strings file. So the strings file is inside the resources values. Then there's this file called strings. So we need to come here and create a resource for each one of them. So for the email, I can even just create another string file. Then I can give it a name, maybe my underscore mail, maybe my mail. Then the text that is here is email. So that now when I come to my email right here, guys, instead of using the hard-coded string as email, I just delete this, then use, say my hint is at string, then my mail, at string my mail. That is the string resource that we are going to, that this edit text is going to use. So that when I just now hit on my design, as you can see, it is still having the hint email, but this time around the warning is not hard-coded string. It is just telling me for you to use a hint, you require something called autofill hints attribute. Yeah, so I can even just come here and give it an attribute like maybe autofill hints. So autofill hints. I can even just put there like say at string mail also. at string mail also like that. Yeah, so that right now I don't expect to have that warning. Yeah, you see that warning is already gone. So for the second one also, let me just go to the strings. Let me just go to the strings and create the second one also. Maybe my pass. The name is my pass. My pass. Then instead of email, I can have password. So that when I come to this activity main, so to eliminate this warning, I simply go to the text side. Then instead of using the hard coded string as password, I can use at string at string at string my pass. Then the autofill hints also is at string. I can just use at string my pass like that. Yeah, yeah. So that right away when I simply hit on my design, yeah, no warning anymore. There is no warning anymore, ladies and gentlemen. There is no warning anymore. Then lastly, for the button login, also I need to create a resource in strings. So let me just create the one for maybe my BTN. Let me just create one for my BTN. Then maybe the text that is on this one here is called login, so that when I come on my button here, guys, so when I come on my button right away, I need to change the text from just login to at string my BTN, at string my BTN, so that when I hit on design, yeah, right away I have no warnings. That is the professional way of how to design a mobile application using strings or string resource file, ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see, yeah, this is quite professional, no warnings right here, and everything is looking just like the way it was looking even before. So the very next thing that we need to implement is, let's just go and click on implement an on-click listener on a login button, so that when someone clicks on a login button, we are not going to do anything. We are simply going to move from this page to the second activity, so that on the second activity, we can at least just implement there a list of names, yeah, so that we also know how exactly to implement a list within Android. So right away, ladies and gentlemen, let me simply go and create a new activity. So let me just create a new activity on my app. So right away, right click, say new, then activity, empty activity. Then this empty activity, I can even just call it as maybe list activity. Oh, in fact, let me just call it a second activity, because as a matter of fact, if I call it if I call it list activity, most of you people might think that's how you must call it. No, no, no. You can call it any name. Yeah, you can call it any name. So second activity. Putting my Gradle project. Yeah, so we are good, guys. Yeah, so right away, let's go and write an on-click listener on our main activity to implement the listen when someone clicks on the button login, just so that we can move from the main activity to the second activity. So this is the main activity, and when someone clicks on the main activity button, it will just take us to the second activity. So right away, ladies and gentlemen, so MBTN, 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 login. Where is it? I'm waiting for the auto completion still. Yeah, MBTN log dot set on click listener, set on click listener. Yeah, on click listener. Then right away, so when someone clicks on these, we can start by saying intent equals to intent. Then this intent is definitely going to move us from this page to the next page. So yeah, I'm sorry guys, I've selected a wrong one. Intent. Then definitely we are going to be moved from this page, and we are going to go to the second activity. Second activity, class Java. Second activity, then class Java. Class class Java, like that. Yeah, second activity, class Java. Then we can start our activity. Start activity, intent. So that when someone is going to be clicking on that button, it will simply move us from there, this page, wherever we are on the main activity, then take us to the second activity. So that right away, ladies and gentlemen, when we get to the second activity, we can simply implement a list view here. So when we began this course, I told you guys, if you want to display a mere text in an Android application, you use a text view. If you wanted to display like an image, definitely you're going to use a text, an image view. But this time around, guys, we want to display a list. So that means we are going to use a list view. So right away on our activity second, we need to implement a list view, a list view. So right away, let me just go on activity second. Then the very first thing I'm supposed to do, let me just switch to the linear layout, which is much easier for me to use, so that I don't do the constraints here and there. So right away, linear layout. So I just want to use linear layout and orientation vertical. Linear layout, orientation vertical. Orientation vertical. Then I can drag and drop a list view. I can drag and drop a list view. So let me just drag and drop a list view. So where is a list view here? So I don't see it. Let me search for it. List. When I simply search for list, there is a list view right here. Let me drag and drop it right here. Right here. Yeah, so here is my list view. It's been added right there on, it's even visible on the component tree. But right now, so let me just switch to the text. It is right here, but without an ID. So let me simply proceed and give it an ID. So the ID is maybe list, maybe people. Yeah, maybe list ppl, list people, maybe my list people, or such like a thing. So that's our list right now, guys. Yeah, with an IDM list people. So whenever someone is going to be coming on this page, we need to display some names on these lists right here. So for us to display a few names, we simply need to go to the strings file. We simply need to go to the strings file and come up with a number of names that we are going to display on this screen when someone comes on this page. So right away, let's come to the strings file and do a string array. A string array. So we can have a string array of a name, maybe my names. My names. Maybe my names. I can even just call it. Oh, sorry for that. I can call it my names. Then I can have the list item. So item times, like, say, let me use 10. Item times 10. So that, let me start with the first one, maybe King. Second one, maybe Lembus. Third one, maybe Irene. Fourth one, maybe Chris. Fifth one, maybe who? Fifth one, maybe Ashley. Sixth one, maybe is this six? Candy. Seventh one, maybe Rachel. Eighth one, maybe Brian. The ninth one, maybe Juma. Then the last one we can use maybe Manasseh. I know we have Emmanuel, we have Oduor, we have so many of those people, but meanwhile we have Raf. Yeah, can even add them right here. Emmanuel, Manasseh, Emmanuel. Then we can have Oduor, we can have Raf, we can have Grant, we can have, yeah, so many of you guys. But at least they are on a string array. So how do we display this array on our list on the activity second? So our array name is called my names. So right away on our activity second, guys, we simply need to display those names here. So let me just go on my list right here. Then to display that array here, we use a property called entries. So entries, entries, then the entries is at array my names. Yeah, at array my names right away. So that when I simply hit on my design right now, guys, I'm hoping to see a few names here. Voila, here they are. My names are right here, guys. Yeah, I have the names right here. King, Lembus, Irene, Christine, Ashley, Kendi, Rachel, Brian, Juma, Manasseh, Emmanuel, Odor, blah and blah and blah and blah. They're right here. They are right here, guys. Yeah, these names are right here. These names are right here. So, but when we run it on our mobile phones, that's how we are going to see how nicely it appears, ladies and gentlemen. Then probably when someone is going to be clicking on each of these items, what happens? So let's just simplify it in this manner. When someone clicks on the name King, let's just toss a message and say King clicked. When someone clicks on Lembus, let's just simplify it and say Lembus clicked. So right away, let's proceed to our second activity, then do our listener on the list. So our list is called list people, because that's the ID that we gave it, guys. List people dot set on item click listener on item, because yeah, on item click listener right here. why are we using on item click listener? Because when you take a look on your strings items, on strings file, the array has got items, item. So, and someone will be clicking on those items. No wonder on item click listener. Yeah, so mlist.set on item click listener, not just on click listener. Yeah, take a look. On our main activity, we have just used mbtn log dot set on click listener. But on our list, we are using set on item click listener. So that first of all, once we click on an item click listener, we want, when we click on a name like say King, we simply need to display something like King clicked. Simple. So first of all, let's start by extracting that name first. Every position, let's try to extract a name from every position. So we can say maybe var, maybe item equals to, so our parent is the one that is coming with this data at every position. So parent dot get item at position, get item at position. Yeah, get item at position, because this is the position that we are using. Then just convert it to string, dot to string. Just convert it to string like that, guys. So that right away now we can just toast an item. Sorry, I had missed this, so I can just call it item. Yeah. So we can just toast and say just toast dot make text, toast.make text, then the context of where we are at these, then what is the message? So the message is, we simply need to say maybe variable item clicked. Maybe when I say variable item clicked, so maybe if I click on King, it will say King clicked. When I click on Lembus, it will be Lembus clicked. Then yeah, the length of the toast, or the length of how it will appear right there on the screen. So the length is, maybe you can just say toast dot length. Let's just use length long dot show. Yeah, just show that toast dot show. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, this is how the toast is going to work. So, at least on our application, when someone comes on the main activity, yeah, someone is just going to click on login. These ones, I just placed them here so that, guys, we can see how to work with the strings files. Yeah, just to work with the strings file, nothing more. But when someone clicks here, we clicks on this button called login, we will go on the second activity where we are displaying a list. Then we can click on any of those list items. So let's just run this application and see how it appears.